Hello Gunners, welcome to another video. And while Hale End has saved us multiple times this season with the quality, and I'm here to tell you that there is more attackers in our academy which can certainly help us and sort of contribute to games in the absence of the likes of Kai Havertz. We'll be looking into those players, also discussing some other things as well. But before I begin, if you are new here, please hit that subscribe and the like. It'll be greatly appreciated. But before I get into the more attacking players, I know I speak about Max Dowman quite a lot, but it is honestly incredible what Arsenal have tried to pull. They have had the opportunity to request special dispensation to use Max Dowman, who is currently ineligible to play for the first team given their current predicament, but it's not clear whether the Premier League would accept the application. Do you know how insane that is? Max Dowman cannot play for our first team because he's registered as an under-15s player. And we believe in his quality so much compared to a lot of our other academy players that we're willing to fight the Premier League, put in an inquiry to the Premier League so we can have Max Dowman available at just 15. Just shows the quality the kid has. I just wanted to start on there because it is quite insane that Arsenal would be willing to do such a thing. From Sammy Mokbel, quite a reliable Arsenal source. But if Max Dowman is able to play, great. He obviously has the quality and the ability and the confidence. But let us just get into the profile of players I'm going to be looking at. And the first one is Nathan Butler-Oyedeji. We all saw him come off the bench in the Champions League game. Big moment for him. But before I do get on more the tactical side, many of you may know or may not know, depending on how you found my page, I do own this Arsenalfnatics page on Instagram with quite a lot of followers. And the reason why I'm saying this is because in 2020, I actually got a message from Nathan Butler-Oyedeji's dad where I basically was like, guys, watch out for this guy. This is 2020, by the way, before Arsenal were good. I've been watching Academy for a while, guys. I know what I'm talking about when I'm actually profiling these players. I was like, this guy is a proper baller. His dad replied, respect. And it was just a really nice moment to see that these players' families, they see what we're posting. We often can write stuff on social media and discuss things, but we've got to recognize, the players' families, the players themselves, they see what we put out. And let's get behind the boys. The players I name in this video, they may not be to the standard of a Sesko who we could have signed or a Cunha who we could have signed. But they're professional footballers and they're only going to thrive even more if they have our backing. But into Butler-Oyedeji, I'm going to show now a compilation of him. And we'll just sort of talk through what I'm seeing. He obviously has quite a lot of pace, energy, ball striking in there. I like the way he takes on his man. He's quite a short guy, 5'6", no doubt about it. Maybe physically, we talk about how big centre-halves are, but he does know how to use his body. And he does like to sort of shift himself so he can get a shot off. These things are really, really important. I think of Gabriel Jesus. He isn't the biggest, but Gabriel Jesus in his prime, the way he would shift off defenders who were much bigger than him was really, really impressive. And I feel like Nathan Butler is in that mold. He's obviously not played a lot of senior minutes. He's been out on loan. It wasn't really that successful. But, the quality in and around it is what makes you as a player. Playing around the likes of, Declan Rice, Erdegaard, that'll elevate you as a player. And I'm looking at finishes like that, tight angles. He has this ability to get shots off, snapshots, let the ball roll across his body. I really, really like this. And most of his goals aren't, they're coming from transitional situations, which is quite interesting. But when he does get the opportunity, he does manage to get his shot off. We need players with a high shot volume. And Nathan Butler is showing in this compilation this season that he can get a lot of shots off at goal. That's a really, really positive thing. I'm just thinking of those games where, there's tired legs, maybe 5-10 minutes left, where Trossard is worn out. Who can I bring off the bench? Who would I be most confident in? And I'd have Nathan Butler-Oyedeji right up there. There's a reason why Arteta gave him that opportunity off the bench. He has the quality to really run, work hard, probably one of his best attributes. And of course, this season in Premier League 2, he's started 10 games, 7 goals. A goal, every 0.7 games, that's a really, really good ratio. And even if it is under 23's football and he's 22 years old, he's still showing that he can contribute in a goal-scoring sense. And if he can bring that to us, then absolutely fantastic. This is what it's all about. Nathan Butler-Oyedeji, I believe in you. What shame do we have in believing the kid? he's got the quality. I've shown you in those clips. I've talked about his movement and the way he is off the ball as well, which Arteta will really, really like, because Arteta really does prioritize out of possession pressing. Nathan's got that, and it's a real opportunity. I feel like we will see a bit of cameos from him across the end of the season. I really, really do think so. The second player is Charles Sagoe Jr., who, in my opinion, if you ask me, I think he's the most ready player out of all of the Harriman, Max Dowman even. I've talked about Hale End. Charles Sagoe Jr. is probably the most ready of the lot. And he has played for us, guys. Last season in the Carabao Cup, he started, and if you guys remember, he was decent. He was nothing out of the blue, but he did the things that he needed to do. He'd make good runs. He'd ask for the ball. He was playing off the right flank. He's a right-footed player, so he doesn't have the weapon to cut inside. But Charles Sagoe Jr., one thing he does have is ball striking off both feet. Really, really, really good strike of the ball off of both of his feet. He's not the best dribbler 1v1, but his movement is what makes him as a player. That's what I really like about him, and he'll only get confident with games. There's only so much you can analyze in these youngsters, but when it comes to the game, it's about how they assert themselves and how confident they are, and the confidence is going to come from us as fans and supporters supporting them, and here is Charles Sagoe Jr. in action. Here, he's got nice little tight controls in spaces. Obviously, this is academy football. But look at that again. Like Nathan Butler, the ability to get off a shot is really, really impressive. I like it. I really, really do. And you'll see, most of his goals will come in transitional moments. So I'm thinking, again, a player that can come on in the last 5-10 minutes, keeping on making those runs, get strikes off. I love the way he strikes the ball, to be honest. He looks really authoritative with the way he strikes it. That's what you want to be seeing. Somebody who's calm and composed with the way they're striking the ball, fearless. These are important things if you're a centre forward or an attacker. Have confidence when you are striking the ball. Have confidence when you're dribbling and driving the ball. Have energy. And Sagoe Jr., look at him. Look at him go. He has that energy. And he hasn't played a lot for the 23s this season because he got injured. Yes, he's been out on loan at Shrewsbury. It didn't quite work out again. But, like I've said with Nathan Butler, you're only as good as the players in and around you. And sometimes these players will thrive off of just being thrusted straight into the first team. And, well, I just wanted to focus this video on Nathan Butler-Oyedeji and also Mr. Charles Sagoe Jr. But I've talked many times about Mr. Harriman there. We've got Cabia, we've got Hale End. There's players there. It won't hurt to throw them in the last 5-10 minutes. Kind of be, sort of, I'll give you all a chance at the end of the game. I'll give you all 5-10 minutes when we're winning. Show me what you've got. Who's got the energy, the composure, the grit to perform in those 5-10 minutes, and you will get those minutes. You don't fail anything by giving opportunities to these attackers who have a lot of quality. But anyway, gunners, that is it for now. But before I do end,